If I were to ask you what is the meaning of a smile, I'm confident that a large number of the responses would claim that a smile expresses some sort of happiness or confidence. These answers wouldn't be wrong, but alone they would fail to acknowledge the fact that there are many different types of smiles. The total number of smiles is actually a debated topic, and the answer will vary with different studies, but the number usually ranges anywhere between 5 and 19 depending on how in-depth a study chooses to break it down. If you've watched even one shonen anime, then you've seen how commonplace smiling usually is for the main cast of characters. And so, to get a better understanding of smiling in the world of shonen anime, in this video we'll be doing a breakdown of possibly the brightest smile of them all, the smile of the former #1 hero, All Might. Now, if you spend any amount of time reading, gotta acknowledge those manga readers, or watching My Hero Academia, it would be of no surprise if in the back of your mind you're thinking you already know what his smile means, based on the reasoning he's given. Fair enough. Very early into the series, it was explained to Midoriya by All Might that he smiles to show the pressure of heroes and to trick the fear inside of him. This is true. But if you look at the small sample size of All Might fights we've received, and additional information given later in the series, there is more to this. In a lot of shonen anime like One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, and Black Clover, our main cast of characters are often confident, joyful, charismatic, and always smiling. Surprisingly, a lot of our characters that are always smiling cease to do so once the fight has really begun. In the world of digital media, even beyond anime, whenever there is a fight, there is always something at stake. Whether that be pride, the world, or the life of our protagonist and their loved ones. These are situations that are no laughing matter, and as a result, the attitude of our protagonist, in most cases, reflects this serious thinking. Our attitudes are mirrors of the mind. They show what we think, and oftentimes such characters are no exception to this rule. They don't try to conceal how they feel. During the USJ incident in My Hero, when All Might arrives at the scene of the attack, he finds his colleagues severely injured and his students in harm's way. The thought of how frightened his students must have been and knowing how hard his colleagues must have had to fight makes him visibly angry. Meaning, despite his resolve to always smile when saving people, even All Might, the man with the largest smile, cannot always put one on. A smile of confidence has the power to lessen the weight of a situation. It conveys the message that everything is okay, which is a powerful tool used to convey a change of momentum. By having a character always smile, you lose the ability to do that. Had All Might arrived at the scene smiling, it would have diminished all the tension built up in previous episodes/chapters, depending on your means of consumption. But by having All Might show up not smiling, it causes you to think, whoa, this might be really serious, he might lose here. In case you hadn't already thought that from seeing the beatdown the teachers took. By the time All Might shows up, we've not only seen the other pro heroes fall victim to the overwhelming power of the Nomu, combined with the tact of the Warp Gate user Kurogi, and their leader Shigaraki, but we've also been made aware of the fact that All Might has passed his time limit of 3 hours of hero work. These occurrences are used to make All Might appear at a disadvantage, so having him come to the scene cheesing up saying, "I am here," would immediately lessen any doubts you might have had about him winning. A smile makes us appear competent, like we know what we're doing. Attitudes don't only show concern for the severity of the situation, but also confidence in our abilities. A great example of this is everyone's favorite pirate, Monkey D. Luffy, a courageous, dynamic, cheerful, persistent main character that is of course always smiling. However, once he gets into a fight, most of the time the smiling ceases, and the only thing that seems to matter is emerging victorious in a contest of strength. In the world of One Piece, emotions during fights usually run very high, as the enemy is often responsible for some heinous act against our main character's friends or the innocent public. We're talking crimes like genocide and slavery here. Heavy topics. Even a character as cheerful as Luffy cannot smile in the face of those responsible for such acts in most cases. The smiling is saved for when victory has been obtained. The exception to this is usually tied to confidence. An excellent example of this would be when Luffy faced off against Blueno from CP9. In this fight, when Luffy unveils what would later become his signature move, Gear Second, clearly confident in his new abilities and the gap in power he has created between himself and Blueno, Luffy is able to proudly smile as he defeats his enemy despite the current situation. In the fight versus All For One, All Might is hardly able to smile at all, and can you blame him? A lack of confidence in his abilities due to his declining power, reasonably angry at what All For One has done to his predecessor, and the fact that Bakugo, a student he is sworn to protect, needs to be rescued. It's a lot. In fact, even more than that. Not being able to smile, giving in to his strong emotions just further reminds the viewers, or readers, that All Might, despite his accomplishments, standout silhouette, bright smile. An overwhelming power, like all humans, is not perfect. While more emphasis is placed on his bright smile, it is hardly different than the smile of other popular characters, because in the end, like many others, his smile often fades when things get too real. Or I should say, when shit gets serious. Excluding Goku, of course, who just lives for conflict. The previous user of One For All, Shimura told Toshinori, All Might, that the people in this world who can smile are always the strongest. All Might later shares this sentiment when talking about the potential of Bakugo, saying that he sure does smile when he's up against a towering wall. So, yeah, oftentimes the people that can smile are the strongest. I mean, look at our top heroes. But have you considered that it's not just the heroes, but the villains also? Stain, Muscular, Shigaraki. Hell, we can even assume All For One is always cheesing under that mask when you consider his voice and all that laughing. Villains smile, and a lot of the time their smiles are for the same core reasons heroes smile. This extends beyond My Hero Academia. Practically every Dragon Ball Z enemy, Doflamingo, Blackbeard, Hisoka, and a lot more all smile. Villains, like heroes, sometimes need to be appealing, and a smile of confidence helps. The one aspect of All Might's smile that has been proven true and effective is its ability to show the pressure of heroes. It's been shown time and time again that he is a figure of intimidation for villains, and a symbol of peace for the public. Shigaraki himself said to Deku that the reason citizens can smile and live their lives is because All Might is always smiling, as if there's no one he can't save. To be clear though, I would argue that it's not his smile alone, of course, that intimidates and causes pressure, because you can't deny that his overwhelming power is scary. Even I, as a viewer, feel the pressure of his strength sometimes. When All Might put on a villain persona when facing Deku and Bakugo, that was scary, I can't even lie. And if we look at the real world, there is sometimes something condescending about a smile. A smile can be the same thing as saying, I am better than you and above you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And during his run as the #1 hero, All Might's smile very much had that level of power. The story of My Hero Academia puts more attention on smiles than any other popular series, but in the end, for the most part, it uses them the same way others do. All Might once stated that he wants to make the world a place where everyone can live with a smile. A noble goal, but also one with some flaws. A smile can mean many different emotions, even anger. Cough, Bakugo. A smile can also be used to hide grief and despair. One of the most gut-wrenching scenes for me personally in My Hero Academia actually involves this kind of smile. During the sports festival, when Uraraka put on a smile for Deku after losing the tournament, to then break into tears once he left, was painful to see. But at the same time, it showed strength. So simply a world where everyone can live with a smile isn't clear enough. A more fitting goal would be to create a world where everyone can live with a smile of contentment or happiness. A goal worthy of a hero, wouldn't you agree? As we've established, a smile can mean many things. So the next time you see a smile, whether in fiction or real life, ask yourself, what does it mean? Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to never miss an upload assuming videos hit the sub boxes. I am Young Kami J. Have a great day. Goodbye.